Magdalene, the famous hoe, you know. It's part of the Bible minutia in there that after Jesus dies, that Mary goes off as like a wild woman in the woods, and she doesn't wear clothes, but we can't have her running around naked either. That's not what this God wants. So she grows a full body suit of like hair, like a Bigfoot style.
Oh my God.
Yes. So this sculpture that I had the first time I ever fainted was looking. It's a sculpture by Caravaggio. It's of that Mary Magdalene. So she's like 70 years old. Her face is gaunt, and her entire body is covered in hair.
Ready, sir? All right. Lo, meet Nicki. Nicki, meet Lo. The date has begun, y'all. Audience is ready for that.
What's your name?
Lo.
Can you spell it for me, please?
L-O.
L-O.
L-O, and then there's a bunch of letters after that. I don't really use that name anymore. And then I have I'm named after 2 grandpas of an uncle.
So wait, is Lo short for something?
Yeah. Hopefully one day it's short for Lola.
Lola? Was it like a nickname that you had growing up, or was it a name that you just provided for yourself?
I went to a
Yep, Mike is always be there.
So I went to a school out west, Portland State, and then my little sign-in thing was Lo Evans 8. You know, so whenever I went up to the office, they were like, Lo? And I was like, no. And then one day I was like, yeah. So just kind of fit. And then, just started going by it one day and got here and kept using it.
Heck yeah. No complaints so far?
Nikki, how do we spell Nikki if you don't mind me asking?
Like Minaj.
Perfect.
Yeah. No one knew how to spell my name correctly for until I was 25 or so. The most common girl way, I guess, to spell it is Nikki. And then, as we all learned from the Adam Sandler movie, the boy way is common, Nicky. And my parents decided to split the difference and go with Nicki, which is why I thought my dad had a lot of nerve to be surprised that I was bisexual. Like, come on, you set me up for this. Why are you so surprised? You knew, somewhere deep inside.
So, growing up with Nikki and walking around with 2 eyes, did you often see yourself leaning more towards masculine or feminine, or did you find yourself through the middle? You mentioned bisexual, so I'm just curious as to other identities that you might prescribe to.
Oh man, well, I mean, I'm gonna take a wild guess. You seem gendery, right? That's where we're going.
Is that the term?
Yeah. Oh gosh. So I have my sister's kids are 3 out of 4 are trans or non-binary, and they are so inspiring. And I look at these children who are just running circles around with sophisticated talk about understanding how they present themselves to the world, how people see them and how I interact with them and all of this stuff. And I was like, oh man, I should have been working on this for so much longer. But we're thinking about as I was a kid, was I thinking of myself in very gendered ways? I don't know, maybe. I knew I liked girls for absolute sure. And I, told my parents that kindergarten that I was in love with Maggie. So yeah, I always had a sense of my queerness for sure, but specifically, I don't know that I was dissecting it masculine, feminine kind of ways. Just, I was a very pervy little kid though.
Whoa, okay, wait. What's the most pervy thing you've done, Nikki?
Oh.
In your definition of pervy? Just peeping Tom?
Okay, so no, I wouldn't say that any peeping, but kids have nascent sexuality that usually we put down, right? Yeah. So if you get a couple of pervy kids together and the babysitter fell asleep, I mean, yeah, you play house, you play doctor,
That's true.
Yeah.
Kids explore, right? At the end of the day.
I feel like I didn't have a childhood.
the audience. From Cinnamon, if you could plan your most perfect day from morning to night, what does it look like? Lo, let's give you a shot to start.
We're waking up late.
You're waking up, like how late is late to you?
Like 11 a.m. late.
Okay.
But like, you know, in and out of bed. I like to, I don't really like waking up before the sun really gets to the middle of the sky. So maybe it's a Sunday, maybe it's Saturday, maybe you take a day off on another day. There's definitely some pastries. There's definitely some. I can't drink coffee anymore, but I love the smell of it.
What kind of pastries would be your first one you're looking out for?
And we're in between sweet and savory pies at this point.
Ooh, okay.
We're just passing our way through sweet and savory pies.
Okay, whichever one just smells first.
Whichever one we stumble upon first. I just spent the winter making biscuits, and it turned into accidentally making like tea-soaked oatmeal cookies. And then it was a whole smorgasbord of too much stuff, and then I had to take a break.
When you say biscuits, though, were they like the southern biscuits, or were they the English cookie type biscuits?
We started at A and ended at E. Yeah. Everything from like trying to fold the butter into it and trying to do it without butter, trying to use the Bisquick 1 scoop and see what we get out of it.
Oh, hell yeah! All right.
Are you a good cook?
I worked a lot in restaurants. I put myself through school with restaurant work and other service work. So do I like being in the kitchen? Absolutely. Do I like being in someone else's kitchen? Not anymore.
Okay. And so continue. So you can't drink coffee, but you'll have a good pastry, savory, sweet.
Continue your dream day.
So if it's a sweet pastry, maybe it's like a lighter day, and then maybe we take the sweet pastry, we grab some other odds and ends, and do not a picnic, but I would say more of like a drive out to somewhere, walk out to somewhere, find a place somewhere, and just start eating.
Does it have to be somewhere far, or does it have to be somewhere near? Close?
If we have to fill the basket up on the way through and pass by and grab more snacks, then I do love a good snack. Then I like to do an event in the middle of the day, maybe art, maybe music, maybe Wicked's. I love Wicked, and it's probably back after 13 years of not being on circuit.
The Broadway?
Yeah.
I said, what? The musical Wicked?
Yeah, musical Wicked.
Yeah. So maybe something like that. Like take a tour of the Fisher Building or something of the sort. And then I like dancing. I like what else do I like to do? I like doing more. I really want to see what like video game nightlife and like rave nightlife is like around here again, because I got out of it sober, but I want to get back into it because my feet missed that part. So.
Did you say video game before you said rave?
Yeah, like late night arcade games and like skee ball and like things of that sort.
Okay. And how would the arcade or the rave, would that cap your night off and you stay up until the sun comes out?
Probably more food.
More food?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would be your go-to capping meal?
If we had stumbled upon around a place that like has, I love eating vegetarian. I stopped holding meat at home, so if there's like a really good like falafel place, that would be awesome. Always hit Yemen Cafe. Shout out Yemen Cafe.
Hell yeah, Yemen.
But like something of the sort that like lends itself to, we can eat probably again in the morning. So.
Hell yeah, that's an eventful day, literally. There's so many activities.
It sounds lovely.
It does sound lovely, for sure. Very thoughtful, too. Nikki, what's your input of your dream day?
I also enjoy waking up late. Unfortunately, I work there the 9 to 5, so my body is very much programmed to just wake me up regardless. But if I'm lucky enough, I would also love to sleep in.
What's your perfect sleep-in hour?
If I usually just, if my body will wake me up like 10:30, 11, about the same. So yeah, we're good on that one.
I am not my head budge over here.
You can take it off the tripod if you want to have more control of where that mic goes.
I'm gonna lose it if I say that.
Okay.
A lot of our perfect day does overlap. I cook. I'm not a baker. And oh gosh, I don't like bread.
You don't like
I
bread?
don't like bread. It's not an allergy. I also don't like beer. Maybe I don't like yeast. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I'm so excited to hear more about this. Wow.
Oh gosh. So I am, I guess, kind of a picky eater. My friends make fun of me for it sometimes.
Why don't you like bread?
Yeah, what?
Why don't I? I don't like the taste of it. It's just not good.
It's just not the texture, it's just the taste, the yeasty.
All of it. It's the gestalt of the bread. It usually, like, unless we're talking like straight up white bread, if it's any kind of like artisanal bread that has a rind, it's going to hurt my jaw, okay?
You make me work for my bread.
I do like a croissant though, like if it's super flaky, if it's super
Pastry, it's a pastry.
Okay, yeah, pastry. But even still, muffins, no.
Bread.
Scones, no.
Bread.
Like
What about sourdough?
oh, the worst.
That's
Oh,
gonna be hard.
no. One of the hardest memories I have in my life is the family vacation to San Francisco, and they served me a sandwich, and I take a bite of it. It's the most disgusting bread I've ever eaten.
Who
Oh,
thought sourdough?
no, no.
I'm so sorry.
So it's more of like a personality kind of question. Is carrot cake a bread type or is it more of like a sweet cake? Where
This
would you
is
put?
an excellent question, because I also believe that banana bread is not actually bread, it's closer to a cake.
Heard? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just because you
Bananas,
put something in a loaf pan doesn't make it a bread.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I put chicken in the loaf pan to make it all fluffy, but that's not bread.
Exactly, yeah. So like banana bread, carrot cake, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, even like regular cake is pushing it a little bit, like, brownies are better.
Oh,
Heard. Okay. Do you
so-
believe strawberry flavored brownies are brownies?
I hate strawberry.
Oh, how does that make you feel though?
I want to know more about the things that you don't like more than the things that you do.
I don't like mint.
Heard.
Yeah.
Wait.
I am also a vegetarian, and it is not for animal rights reasons. Fuck them. I hate the taste of meat. I can't do Impossible because Impossible tastes too much
It's
like
just the
meat.
seasoning.
What do you eat? Yeah.
I hope you find out.
What's your thoughts on pasta, Nikki?
Love it. Okay, so
pasta.
I guess you could say I like peasant food. Just give me a really simple, like a well-cooked pasta. I mean, by well-cooked, I mean a little al dente. Give me a expertly cooked pasta, but like a good sauce, and I'm just so happy. Like,
Do you like a
I really
ragu
have.
store or do you want homemade sauce?
I'm okay with either, but I don't like tomatoes, so it has to be a white sauce.
These are the things that we want to know.
It would depend on what she will eat. Than what she will eat. We'll be here all night.
Okay, I love potatoes. Potatoes are great. Yes, thank you. But also, yes, I am a vegetarian. I love Middle Eastern food as well. I can get my favorite work lunch. There's a falafel place right across the street. I get so happy when I walk over to Shawarma King and get my weekly falafel.
Nikki, have you tried Yemen Cafe?
I have not, but I really
You'd
should.
be open, yeah, you'd be open for
Yeah.
it. Yeah, let's go. Nikki, continue with your rest of your dream day though. So
Okay,
we stopped at bread.
Okay, well.
We found out a lot about it.
We did. Nothing wrong about that.
My perfect day also definitely includes something arty, like an event going somewhere. Probably a museum or a gallery or an art event or something like that. That's what I do for work. It's what I do for fun. So yeah, definitely some kind of art. And I know you mentioned you were sober, but honestly, my best day is probably gonna include like a couple of gummies or something at the museum.
Edible gummies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still smoke weed.
Which
It's the one thing I'm not putting it down yet.
It's legal. We don't need to whisper, look. Shout to the world.
After I get back to Michigan, after what, 26 years, finally it's
Finally.
legalized.
Where were you?
Yeah, where were you?
Oregon and Los Angeles.
Well,
Okay.
Oh, my sister lived in LA for 15 years. I used to visit her out there.
How is she liking it out there?
Oh, she's back here now, but she really liked it.
So she didn't like it enough.
She
came
couldn't
back.
find someone to marry out there.
Oh.
She was trying to find a Michigan boy and move him out to California.
That's what happened to me at first.
But once the Michigan boy got out to California, he went fucking wild.
That's sad.
Yeah, so then she
There's a lot of
decided.
that like stuff on the street out there. So you have one sister, or do you have more siblings?
I've got 2 older sisters and 1 much younger brother, so our family.
All right, how does it feel being in the middle, Nikki, as a child?
Well, I became a middle child at age 24, so I didn't quite get the experience. But yeah, I guess every once in a while I could throw a fit and feel ignored. Yeah.
Oh shit! Did you feel like you had to be like help your parents out with
No,
raising?
no.
Okay,
If little brother had come along, probably would have never talked to dad again. But yes, little brother's now 14 and he's so cool. And I'm so glad he's here.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Lo, do you have any siblings?
I do have one younger brother. He was the last person I talked to before I got there. He was like, go do it. And I was like, woo. He doesn't like going outside very much, but I love him so much that I go outside double for the both of us and don't do any Oz or anything like that. It's just a thing that we trade off on.
Aww.
But I've won. Sorry, I do that. No, I have one younger brother, and Noah right now, he's doing a lot of proposing to his girlfriends around doing the plant thing. It's off season for, or no longer off season for planters, but like he's trying to be an arborist soon, so he's
Cool.
out in the woods doing that thing. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
Do you believe in marriage?
What do you Why are you trying to do all the government? Why are you trying to say, are you with me over here?
I'm a segue.
Yeah.
It's not my comedy is. I love it. No segue.
As long as the government's not like checking in on us, then I don't want to. I do. One thing though, I do not want kids.
Oh yeah, I'm very surgically not having kids. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Right behind you.
Stop populating this world.
What about animal children?
Animal
Oh,
children.
I have 2 cats. In fact, I have a kitten, a 6-month-old kitten. I just got her. Yeah, she's my first kitten. I've always adopted adult cats, but it was time to have a little rugrat of my own.
Aw, how cute. What about you, Lo?
Real quick about the cats. I have a tortoise. She's 8.
Damn! A tortoise.
She's
Oh, yeah.
my baby.
What's the difference between a tortoise and a turtle?
Ooh.
Oh, Nikki knows.
Okay. All tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are
Oh,
tortoises.
that's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your tortoise name?
Matilda, after the Alt J song, and
Yes.
Can you sing a little snippet?
No.
Okay. I'm always trying for a little sing song. Nikki, what about your cat and kitten?
The older cat, his name is RuPaul, but Paul is spelled Pawl, like Paul.
Paul.
Yes.
Ow.
And the kitten, his name is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you think she's gonna live up to that name as she gets older?
Oh, she's definitely already
Yeah.
an evil menace, but very saucily. So, oh yeah.
Can't eat it. So is it like a dark cat with bright eyes or flop?
Oh. She's a tuxie cat. She's got black and white. But what's cool is like her black markings kind of form like you can't see this.
No, the audience can.
It like forms a shape on her chest, so it looks like she's wearing a bodice, like a push-up thing.
Nikki is pointing and rubbing on her chest right now.
Like a sweetheart neckline dress.
Yeah. And Lo was trying to mimic what you were trying to do, Nikki. So yeah, I'm reading the book for sure.
Yeah.
We're doing all right.
Yeah, you're pretty close, Lo, actually, shockingly enough. Go, Nikki.
Oh, well, I was gonna circle back real quick to the whole marriage thing I asked so early,
Yes.
because also I feel about marriage the way I do about children. It's an absolute no. If you have to put a ring on it, it's not gonna happen.
Get all the big stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Horrible institution.
Abortion. Do it. Right now.
0 to 0.
Who did you vote for? No,
Lynn's not coming.
Little you.
We all know. We'll be together. We do have another question from the audience, from Danielle. This is kind of like a two-part question in a weird way because they don't really go together in a sense. But do either people live downtown or do any art? So, do y'all live downtown?
No, I've been rocking that suburb life for about 17 years. It's
Yeah.
boring. I hate it. But
Which suburb do you mind sharing?
well, no one here stalked me. Novi.
Yeah.
I know. There's nothing in Novi except malls.
Yeah.
There's no like services. Everything closes down. It's absolutely the worst.
Yeah.
But it's where I live.
Oh, hey. Lo, what about yourself?
I live like a 30-minute walk from here.
Oh, heck yeah. How was the weather? I would assume walked if it was only 3
yesterday
minutes.
was different than today.
Yeah, yesterday was a different story, I'm
No.
sure.
It's I like living. I feel like I grew up in a car in some way or another. So like I like walking and busing and biking and doing. I had a car for a little bit and I was like, I can't do it. But I live over by the Fisher Building, coincidentally by
Oh,
the
shit.
Fisher.
Oh.
But Novi is a city. If you ever need an extended amount of like garden work done, let me know. If you're suburban enough.
And then the second question to that was, do y'all do any art? So art can be general music, painting, dancing, like you mentioned earlier.
Who goes first?
You please.
Oh, okay. I have been like encouraging myself to think of it as making art. I have this weird like block. For some reason, I think if I don't make it, it's not art.
I heard that.
Yeah. So like I have been knitting and making creations of my own patterns and crocheting and embroidering since I was in high school. But until like very recently, if you had asked me if I do any art, I'd be like, oh no. But now, a more confident, older, mature Nikki can say, I do fiber arts.
Oh, yeah, that's a fancy way of saying it.
Yes, I'll say it very pretentiously.
Yeah.
What's fiber arts?
Knitting, crocheting,
Yeah.
embroidering.
I'm looking out at the audience who may be less educated at that.
Do you use a loom mostly, or do you use hand tools, or do you use?
I do like everything by hand. I've got I've been inherited from a bunch of people like a really impressive array of needles of all different sizes and circulars and a couple of different looms and stuff. But I don't like messing with all the gears. I like just getting in there and doing it with my hands.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's sweet, Nikki.
Have you ever made like a really long scarf?
Oh my gosh, yeah. When I first started knitting and I hadn't figured out how to stop. So I was like, all right, I'll just keep going. I won't have to like learn the next stage. I really like where I am here. This is fun. Why try and master the next thing? I'll suck at it. So yeah, I just like knitted a really long scarf
When
for
does
about
this-
a year.
Nikki, when does a scarf turn into a blanket?
Oh my gosh.
Like
I don't know. It'd be a
Or is it the
very
width?
thin blanket. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like most scarves are supposed to be. Do I have a wingspan here? Most
Yeah.
scarves are supposed to be like the length of your arm. So that's like how it's supposed to be. This length, the scarf that I made went like up and down my entire body several times.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
I was looking for the dedication aspect.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh no, it was definitely more cowardice, not dedication, for sure.
Courage at the end, my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
Courage at the end.
Yeah.
Well, what about you? What's art of any kind for yourself?
I grew up doing a lot of drawing, a lot of this and a lot of that, and I got into instruments and played trumpet for a little while, and then my parents put me in like this old lady's piano studio. Was like, try this too for $20, and I went once, and they were like, you're not doing that again. I played trumpet for a while, dropped it for soccer because I love soccer.
Oh, soccer. Okay.
That'll be we can bring that up, but once it's brought up, I probably won't put it out. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I think soccer is an art. I think the way that someone can make 1 from 0 in soccer is a really big part of art. Big goal.
What?
Yeah, well, explain what does, I mean, now we're talking about soccer, I suppose, so I guess we're on for a good ride, but.
I'll try to be succinct because I could go on forever. So like the game is about going from like 0-0, 0-0 to 1, right? And staying 1 above the other one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's through like creativity and like figuring out it's a puzzle. It's like a dance. It's this. It's that. It's the ball being put from one side. It's like air around rubber around air. So I don't know. You just don't have much to use, and you can do whatever you want with it.
The way you think about soccer does definitely make it artful, because like just hearing you describe that first 10 seconds of it definitely felt like a masterpiece right there.
I coach kids, so it's like so that's one thing too is like I have to be super silly all the time and be like, so this is the imagination station doing this doing that. But like I really want to get into like gothic painting and like do really big stupid canvases that are like made of like thrown away this or that and like just then burn them. I don't know.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, something new. I'm looking for a new piece of art. So if you want to take the patience to teach me about that, fibers, please. Textiles and fibers. I need the hands for that.
Oh, heck yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, shit.
The way you were talking about soccer, that was absolutely beautiful.
It
Do you
was.
like find metaphysical, deep things a lot, or is like soccer really special? And have you seen Ted Lasso?
Huh. Lo's head is sideways.
So, yeah, no, I like it.
Well, first, do you know Ted Lasso?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
the Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso was first. I have a Tottenham tattoo. If people watch soccer, I don't know if they want to watch soccer. I have a Tottenham tattoo on my thigh, right? And it was originally introduced. Ted Lasso was originally introduced as like a Tottenham, like, oh, we're gonna fire our coach, and then we're gonna get Ted Lasso in there. He's gonna do a great job, and they didn't. They had a really bad season when that happened. So like.
Are you saying Ted Lasso was based on a real
It's an
story and
advertisement.
it sucked? The real version?
No, so Ted Lasso, the guy who plays Beard in it, him and Jason Sudeikis wrote those characters like a long time ago because that guy's a really big fan of soccer and he's a really good writer too. But you know, Scrubs director, anybody.
Zach Braff?
Not Zach Braff.
Donald Faison?
They're
Sarah
but the director that was Scrubs that's blanking me right now took the if you know it, yell it out, please. He does really good music directing and like brings in really cool people to work with it, and that's when Ted Lasso got picked up. So like it was a character, and then Jason Sudeikis' entire life happened. You know, he was in every movie for 14 years.
Yeah.
And then now we have Ted Lasso. And I love Ted Lasso. I think it's the perfect message that we need to give people is like the innate kindness in soccer comes from being an innate kind human being.
I was gonna say, they're going so deep with the soccer. Like the Ted Lasso.
So, Lo, from trumpets to soccer, like what got you to have this devotion towards soccer? Or are you that type also, two-part question, are you that type that also prefers to the football or the actual soccer? Because some people are very like football.
Do you say croissant or croissant?
I just say soccer. I've been playing since I was 3. So like I've been playing soccer the whole time, and I can't change it at this point. If I were to go across, I haven't traveled out of the country before, besides Canada, but that's Canada. It's like we would go like every Sunday, so I felt like kind of like just going down the street. Side note, my aunt's married a Canadian and then no longer married a Canadian. But I love Canada. I really love Canada. The Tim Hortons in Canada is instantly better.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So that's one reason why I can't drink coffee because I was when I was like 10. So soccer, football, Ted Lasso. Sorry, I'm tangenting again. Nicki, how do you feel about soccer or sports?
I am extremely uncoordinated. I love to. So I do love to dance. I'm not good at it. I've never taken any dance classes, but I mean, I'm just, human. I hear a good beat, I gotta shake my booty to it. Yeah. And the sport I guess I love the most was yoga. I don't know if it qualifies as a sport.
Absolutely.
Okay, because
Absolutely.
competition. Oh gosh, I have a hard time with competition. I get too competitive, and I ruin it for everyone.
Oh. What hand movement did you just do, Lo? You did some hand movement over there.
I checked off a big box because
Oh,
I
okay.
get the same way.
Okay.
I'm very, very, there's like this really weird competitive edge that I get, and I'm like, it comes out a lot in Scrabble.
So speaking of competition, but we're not going to make it a competition. Lo and Nikki, in front of you on your table, if you want to start kind of slowly cruising your hands, there's a piece of paper as well as there's going to be a box of crayons and markers. If you want to start slowly, Nikki, be careful because you do have your drink, so just be mindful. But you're going to look for those markers and crayons because you're going to draw something while you're blindfolded. So Nikki has already accomplished in grabbing a utensil of art. While you're trying to find that, Lo, be careful. Getting situated. The mic, keep going. Yeah, there's the mic.
Do we have a topic, or are we drawing?
Yeah, you will. I just want to make sure Lo's set up. And then there you go, Lo. Pick any marker, what you grab. And so you're going to get an inspiration, a theme to kind of just start you off with. You don't have to draw the exact thing mentioned. It's something that just inspires you. Okay? Sound good, Lo and Nikki?
I'm drawing something that inspires me.
Yeah, but we're about to give you the theme right now. Okay. Sound good, Lo?
Yes.
Okay. Sarah's going to give us that inspiration. Sarah was not ready for this. So Sarah, whatever you want to get them starting to draw. Could be anything.
The first thing that popped in my mind is your worst nightmare. I'm sorry.
I love that. Your worst nightmare, Lo and Nikki. It doesn't have to be exactly your worst nightmare. It can be inspired.
Don't dig up trauma right now, please. We don't have time for this. Keep it light.
But we're going to continue asking questions. We did get a question from the audience. Do y'all have any favorite video games? And this is from Alex.
Where's mine?
Yeah, are you tricked?
So back in the day, I was like accidentally really competitive at Halo, and like would get drunk. So I was like 10, 12, 13, right? 14, 15. And then in soccer. In soccer became it. But I may have been used to be driven out to like Jimmy John's and stuff like that to compete against adults.
And Halo?
In Halo. And like, but that was like sweaty and gross back in the day. And like, I stopped playing that video games around the time that I moved out. So now I play this like card game that I have in my apartment, but I think I broke it by putting too many high scores up.
Real fast, what was your game console of choice? Was it Xbox or?
Whatever was on sale.
Okay, whatever you had access to.
Yeah, I think it was PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
PlayStation 2, and then Xbox 360. But I didn't really have any more after that.
Okay. Nikki, what about you? Have you played video games?
So, like, I have friends who every once in a while they'll like decide they will find a bread that I do like, or they will find a beer that I do like. And I had a friend who was like, I will find a video game that you like. And unlike all the other ones, he was successful.
Oh shit! Okay.
The game I had loved so much, it's called Rhythm Heaven Fever. It was a Wii game, and you used one button, and it was just a fun little rhythm games. And I played drums in high school, and this kid did that. We went to high school together, so he was like, Nikki, you can bang out a rhythm, and when you do it right, like fun little things happen, like the egg hatches, or someone eats peas in rhythm with how you play. So games where no one gets hurt. That's what I like. And you don't need a lot of physical dexterity.
No, absolutely.
What about VR?
Oh, VR.
Like VR.
Can you answer that one?
My little brother had me do Beat Sabers on his VR
Yes.
set. Yeah, that was fun. I like that.
Is that the one they were like throwing the sabers, trying to hit like the Guitar Hero type beats? Yeah.
They're like box coming at me, and I had all like
Boxes with
swoosh,
like
like duck or like jump up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So having such a younger brother, how do you interact with like his video games or like there's a lot on an iPad or a phone.
Yeah, nowadays.
Remote control or switches.
A lot of times he does try to want to engage with me with video games, and I love that. I love that he wants to spend time with me, and I want to try to meet him at his level. But he does get frustrated even when I'm trying. It's really bad. But like we played Hollow Knight. And that was beautiful because he thought I would like that because of the artistry of it. Like, he's a really, really thoughtful little guy. Like, I'm so happy he's in my life. At the same time, like, God, Dad, he's a condom.
Yeah. I got that talking about when I was growing up. I was like, no, do not have kids. And he looked at me and be like, till you're 30. And then, but having a young, like, that's a young brother to have as an adult. So it's, I work with that age group a lot. So it's they're gonna be fine. They're not gonna be fine.
The kids are all right.
Yeah. Nikki, speaking of, your brother, I mean, not saying this is something of which, but what is something you're proud of?
I'm really proud of my bachelor's degree in art history. It took me 8 years to get it. I had 2 back surgeries through it. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons it took so long is because I didn't think I could make a living for myself because I bought into the hype. Anytime I had said, oh, I'm thinking of doing art history, or like art history, anything I heard was, oh, how are you going to get a job doing that? Yeah. Well, if I knew then what I know now, I would have told those people, there's literally many industries that deal with art, with the collection and displaying and selling of art. You can get lots of jobs with an art history degree. Mm-hmm. I let people get inside my head. It took me a while to figure out, but when I finally did it, and I was just all so happy and ready to go, and I graduated in March of 2020.
Oh, hell yeah! Let's go! How did that work out, though?
Well, so then I waited for another year.
Okay, and then as you were getting your diploma, that's when the COVID struck or whatever?
Literally.
Okay.
Yeah, I was finishing up, and most of my classes on then were already online, so almost nothing from my experience changed, except when I was finally ready to bust out onto the world. A newly minted professional, the whole world shuts down.
Damn.
So I know a lot of people had things allowed where I was like, this is not poor Nikki moment, but I worked hard for that degree, and waited to use it, and I love what I do, and I work with my best friends, so it's a lot of fun.
It worked all out. Good job, Nikki. Oh yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, give it, please.
Yeah, round of applause for Nikki, y'all. Yeah, hell yeah. Lo, what is something you're proud of?
Can I ask Nikki more questions?
I mean, after this, you answer this question.
What is something I'm proud of?
Yeah, what is something you're proud of?
I've done a lot of organizing of soccer in this city, and in a short period of time.
Just with kids or with adults as well?
Kids and adults,
okay.
And I've worked very hard with people next to me and people along the way, and I've seen people grow, and I've seen myself grow based off of what the people have and how they've interacted with me, and a lot of it has been in women's soccer. Woo!
Yeah, hell yeah.
Women's soccer DET, you should go play when it's a call. But there's I've done a lot, and I'm now realizing that I can be proud of the things that I've done rather than just have other people say it.
Support yourself.
Like how Nikki was saying, let others get in your head, and it's along the way, it's tough too.
Yeah.
And the rejoicing in it and actually being showing up, what's up? I'm so bad. I'm sorry.
You're doing great.
But working in art history and doing the thing and that's that 0 to 1 that I'm talking about. Of you went from being no to yeah, I got it.
Soccer reference, love it.
Just creation.
Yeah, I love it.
It's all zero action. And that's what it is.
Well, you can't see it, but you're making me blush.
Aww.
Yes. Will you tell me more about what got you into the art history? So I'm proud of soccer and the fact that the kids and the people that I interact with, besides the people who kick me.
Do the kids kick you?
No. I mean, if they do, it's not their fault until they're adults and they decide to. So if you're here to kick me, yeah. But I talk a lot to the people, and I give them like, try to be the Ted Lasso part, right? I don't want to be Ted Lasso because I don't want a mustache, but like along a lot of lines like that. The preaching of kindness is like my faith, and soccer is the medium for it. So like art history.
That's beautiful.
What? Thank you. Do you see me too? So art history. What gave you the first? I helped you. What gave you the first like push to get into art history?
When I was in high school, I went on a trip to Italy with my senior class. And I always liked art. Art is great, right? But when I was coming out of the museums, especially like the really old ones, or like everywhere you go in Rome, there's like a tiny chapel from 1400 that's got like an amazing masterpiece in it.
Mm-hmm.
I realized I was like actually literally getting high. When I was shaking, I was hyperventilating, I was getting like goosebumps, like I was having a reaction, and I had been smoking weed for many years at this point, so I knew exactly what I was feeling.
I did not get that joint, but I was there. Yeah.
But yeah, I realized that, oh my gosh, I am getting high from looking at things. And it just, when I was at that point, I was literally high off the feeling of looking at art, and I was, filled with youthful vim and vigor, and I was like, oh yes, this is what I'm doing. I am an art historian, I'm studying art. And then and then I took a gap year, and then like the year after that, it's like, okay, well now get a job, and then that's when it starts with the, oh what, but you can't get a job with that. So it was like really close back to back, that feeling of like, this is doing something to me. Like it's quite literally calling to me in my body, hey, come look at this, you'll love it. It'll feel good, and it does.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a syndrome called Stendhal syndrome or Jerusalem syndrome.
Heard.
Yeah.
What is it?
Continue. Yes.
Where people actually pass out when they see artwork, and I have done that. I've woken up with security guards fanning me.
Oh my god.
What was the artwork?
One of them was an Artemisia Gentileschi piece. One of them was a Caravaggio sculpture.
Could you describe these
Oh my gosh,
pieces
well,
of work?
The best one was, so a little bit of biblical theology here. Mary Magdalene, the famous hoe, it's part of the Bible minutia in there, that after Jesus dies, that Mary goes off as like a wild woman in the woods, and she doesn't wear clothes, but we can't have her running around naked either. That's not what this God wants. So she grows a full body suit of like hair, like a Bigfoot style.
Oh my god.
Yes, so this sculpture that I had the first time I ever fainted was it's a sculpture by Caravaggio. It's of that Mary Magdalene. So she's like 70 years old. Her face is gaunt and her entire body is covered in hair.
I am fainting just hearing this story, but oh my god.
And it's slightly...
This is awesome.
Yeah, it's slightly smaller than life size, and it's in one of those tiny little chapels, so I wasn't expecting it. So I couldn't go to the Colosseum because I had a panic attack.
Oh my god.
Yes, and the security guard said, oh, it's fine, you were killed here in a past life.
So when I went in the first time, you don't get to go again.
So yeah, I like literally ran away from the Colosseum and I ducked into this little chapel, and then I turn around and I see that woman looking at me, and I fucking fainted.
Damn.
Yeah.
She didn't want you to go in, she wanted you to come say hi.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she wanted me to grow all my body hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Which I am doing. I don't really shave my legs. I shave my armpits sometimes when I feel like it. And who knows what's going on in the Devil's Triangle. I don't know.
amazing. Like I said, like I mentioned earlier, I do landscaping, but I do love the
Well, you almost got a spit take on
Lo, how are you feeling of this date?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I'm very curious as to what I'm supposed to do next.
You're not just go with the flow. Just go with the flow.
I'm having a great time, and I'm actually having a better time than I thought I would.
Hell yeah, hell
Thank you.
yeah. Nikki, how are you feeling about this date?
Oh, I'm having a great time as well.
Yeah?
And, I sound like a very thoughtful person. I really love that. I guess people throw around the term sapiosexual. Yeah. Very sexy brain so far.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
Audience, how are you feeling of Lo and Nikki's dates?
Woo!
Yeah? Okay, hell yeah. Lo, Nikki, are y'all ready to get past the blindfold and see each other for the first time? Taylor in the booth, if you can dim down the lights, and Lo and Nikki, just be mindful there are lights in front of you, so possibly look down as you're taking the blindfolds off. And whenever you're ready, just take those blindfolds off. Hell yeah, round of applause, audience. Yeah. All right, stare longly into each other's eyes if you can. That's Lo, that's Nikki.
I'm just telling you, I don't usually wear makeup. This is for the stage, so if you see me again, I'll be a little uglier.
Same.
And then Taylor, if you can put up the lights back on if possible. Lo, how are you feeling now without your blindfold on?
The lights are a lot brighter,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited to actually meet you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Nikki, how are you feeling without the blindfolds?
I get a little disorienting.
Yeah, of course.
And,
Stage lights, yeah.
yes. But oh my gosh, yeah, I got vibes.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's go. Well, your date's not done yet, y'all. We're gonna continue on with some questions. But before we do, y'all both drew these amazing drawings for us. Do you mind sharing first with the audience what you drew?
Oh, sure.
Do y'all want to show the
Yeah,
audience?
I'll go first. So when you said, that's what you said worst nightmare, I took that literally. And I have terrible dreams about zombies. So this is my attempt to draw a
I'm
zombie.
prepared for all zombies.
I forgot that you did that with a blindfold on for a second.
Yeah, it looks like you have art history for sure. Like somebody would faint from that for sure. Hell yeah.
I don't know if it's cheating, but I added my zombie saying, I'm dead, and brains. Because I didn't know if the zombie was coming through. This is the body of the zombie. And I was trying to put, that's like a human leg in their hand that they're gonna eat. This is a road, because they're coming to get you.
Hell yeah. Round of applause for Nikki on this amazing work of art. Hell yeah, Nikki. Look at that. Yeah. Lo, you want to show and tell the audience your work of art?
Yeah, I like the zombie. I like that you went with zombies right now.
Yeah.
I stepped on a nail as a kid, and it was,
Oh, shit.
so I do it every night that I wake up in a sweat. It is due to the idea of stepping on a nail again.
I stepped on a nail as a kid. I did it on purpose.
Whoa! Wait, what?
So,
How dare you?
it was such a bad choice. Yeah. Okay, so you know the movie Home Alone? Yes. Now I understood that movies aren't real,
testing
right?
things on others too, right?
I knew movies weren't real, but I hadn't quite nailed down that there are special effects.
Yeah.
So I understand that Kevin McAllister is a pretend person, but I'm under the impression that everything that happens to the Wet Bandits actually happens to the Wet Bandits.
All dystopian is real. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to know if I had what it takes to be an actor. And we were remodeling in the kitchen of my house at the time, and in the side yard there were these boards with these nails sticking out. So with my shoe on, I do. In the movie it's barefoot, but I couldn't bring myself myself to do barefoot. So with my shoe on, I screwed up my courage and I
Oh my God!
hard as I could. Yes.
Dedication. You were talking about
Damn.
that earlier.
It was really terrible.
Yes.
Yes, and well, none of my parents were home. My neighbor across the street was
You were
supposed to be
literally
watching
home
me.
alone. Holy fuck.
You were supposed to be doing anything of the sort near that.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm playing in my own yard. How bad could it be? Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm so sorry that happened. I know exactly how bad that is.
That is that, and that is like falling down sharp things, a bunch of nails. I don't know, but then I try to draw the
Oh, Delaware.
Is that the very next? I see it. Yes,
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
wood and then it's brown. Yes.
It worked out. It worked out.
When did you step on a nail?
like 3 or 4, and it was in Westland off Marie Street. So it was before my day.
Very memorable.
But it was out there. I was trying to go down the slide. It was this, we got a wooden thing from somewhere, and then we put it up, and then tried to go down the slide. Ran through, and then I was like, oh, that felt weird. That little pinch, and then I went down the slide, and then I kept running, and I tried to go up again, and then my foot, it was just like bloody right there, and I was like, oh, and then that was my first tetanus shot.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Well, real fast, as much as the inspiration was Nightmare, y'all are actually going to swap the art that y'all did with each other. So the zombie's gonna go low, and the foot and Mary Magdalene is gonna go. Oh, and y'all are signing it. Fantastic. So y'all can think about zombies when you're and Nicki. I don't know. I love that inspiration though.
Yeah, excellent subject.
Yeah, very excellent one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And it gives everybody a different type of spin to it.
No more nails, please.
No more
more
nails.
nails.
Unless it's
Yes.
fingernails or some sort.
Zombie step on the nail.
Yeah, fuck them zombies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that one of your? Do you have a plan? If that's
Yeah,
the
sure. Do you have a plan?
Die?
Oh.
No, I'm not a survivalist at all. I don't know how to do anything.
Would you try? Would you like see a knife or a bat and attempt to survive?
If I can go into a berserk mode and attack someone, yes. But can I survive a zombie apocalypse? No.
No.
Yeah.
Lo, do you think you could survive a zombie apocalypse?
I'm not sure, but at this point, I'm not really too.
You could literally kick the zombies
Kick
away.
soccer balls.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that Halo
yeah.
stuff started with the zombie stuff, and then I would love to kick a soccer ball, but I think they tried to do. There was one video game that was they held it in a mall, and one of your weapons that you had to use was you walk around and you go, sports store, soccer balls. It doesn't work. And the video game doesn't even work. The zombies go, what the fuck? And then, so, I'm down to be the fast zombie and fuck people shit up.
The 28 days.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're doing another one.
There's 28
Oh,
days,
yeah,
28 days later with 28 days again.
Yeah. It's just days, right?
Lo, I'm quickly curious, what is a weird sounding word to you? Just a word that either just makes you irk or cringe a little bit, or you can't pronounce it, so you just avoid it.
Oh, that's I can't spell sovereign very well.
Wait, you can't
Sovereign.
spell. Wait,
Oh,
say-
sovereign.
Sovereign.
God, I thought for some reason I thought you said you couldn't spell soccer, and I was about to. Sovereign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. and
No T. Sovereign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always throw a Z in there. whenever-
Sovereign.
Right.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put a Z on there.
It's X, Y, Z.
Nikki, what about you? What's a weird sounding
Um,
word or one you can't spell?
I can't get it out of my head. I had a teacher who always mispronounced the word maintenance as maintenance.
Oh.
And I'm sorry to infect all of you with it now too. But yes, it formed my nexus in my brain, and now that word just and I can't spell it right because I'm thinking maintain. Fuck. And it's just, oh, that word.
Have you ever come across another person, Nikki, that pronounces it that way?
No,
No, just that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a very an older.
Maintenance.
Amazing.
Sounds British.
I love Scrabble, don't forget.
Oh, right.
Maintain.
It's turned into Scotland over here, yeah.
Maintenance, like that?
Yes, he would say maintenance.
Show to the audience.
Maintenance.
Maintenance. And so now, even when the word is spelled correctly, it's in my head. It's not maintenance, it's maintenance, and I hate it every single time. I wish I had never heard that.
So is this guy named Ants? Because he's in Maintains.
Tane Ants. Oh, I actually don't remember his name at all. Fair, good, screw that guy.
Well, we have one question from the audience that was more directed at you. What position do you play? I assume in soccer. What position in soccer do you play?
Anything but goalie.
What's wrong with goalie?
I don't really want to get a ball kicked at.
Good point.
Oh, wait, so when you're playing, you're more like trying to take the ball.
I like to facilitate.
Okay.
So I like to go get the ball if someone else has it, and then I take the ball and then I give it to one of my friends, and then they go do something with it. And then
You're a thief and a
Yeah.
fencer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good. But you will not receive the stolen goods.
No, I can't pluck the good. No, but I will definitely find it in the yard and go ahead and give it to one of my own. Yeah.
Oh. Thoughtful. Well, real quick, we're gonna switch things up. We're gonna play a quick game of this or that. Do either of you know or don't know how to play this or that?
This sounds like a classic game of Would You Rather?
Yeah, basically, would you rather? I'm gonna give you two options. You're picking one or the other, not both, not neither. And we're gonna try to go quick, so just whatever first one comes to mind, okay?
Alright.
And it's like, dislike, whatever you want to pick one or the other. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay. Pineapple on pizza or pineapple off pizza?
With spicy things.
No, not pineapple on pizza or off pizza?
I guess on pizza, because then at least there's, well, but pizza is bread and tomatoes.
Come on. You just got mixed up one or the other. What you doing there?
Pineapple. I hate it. They'll do it.
Okay, bad breath or bad odor? Bad breath or bad odor? One or the other? Nope.
Bad odor.
Bad odor.
Air guitar or air drums?
Air drums.
Drums. Yeah.
Netflix. We'll get them later. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
I don't like paying the government for my content.
One or the other, though. You have to make a choice, Lo. Thank you. One or the other. Which one?
Hulu.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's Hulu, not Hulu.
Art museum or history museum?
Art.
Okay. Night or morning?
Night.
Camping or glamping?
What do you consider camping? What do you consider glamping?
One's rough, one's not.
Anything, Holiday Inn is my camping. I hate the outdoors. Nature sucks.
Okay.
I'll do that and then go do things. Absolutely.
Okay, coffee or chose, but coffee or tea?
I'm not renting, fucking like dome shit or like some hut out in the middle that has Wi-Fi.
Low. We gotta go quick. Coffee or tea? Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Tea.
Sight or sound?
Sight.
Yeah.
Family or friends?
Friends.
Friends.
Call or text?
Text.
Reality shows or documentaries?
Documentaries.
Leader or follower?
Leader.
Follower.
Dirty kitchen or dirty bathroom?
Dirty kitchen.
Kitchen.
Books or movies?
Books.
Brand name or
That's
generic?
wrong. I'm gonna choose movies. I don't know why I said books first. While I do enjoy reading, I've seen about every movie that's come out in the last year.
So movies. Okay.
So sorry.
Brand name or generic?
Generic.
Generic.
Poem or story?
Poem.
Story.
Salary or hourly?
I mean, like, what do I want or what do I have?
You don't. It's your choices. Do one or the other.
Salary.
Ketchup or ranch?
Ranch.
Show or tell?
Show.
Logic or emotion?
Emotion.
Nah, I got it.
Time or money?
Time.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
Summer.
Puppies or kittens?
Kids.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Waffles.
Lights on or lights off?
Off.
Do you like sweet potato?
Wait, no, hold on. You have enough time to ask these questions. Wine or beer? Wine or beer?
Sober.
Wine.
Okay, well, I'll let that slide. Planning or winging it?
Planning.
If there's an outcome, I'm not going.
Okay.
Do you want this thing?
Toilet paper over or toilet paper under?
Over.
Over.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, personality or looks?
Personality.
Awesome. Round of applause, everyone, for Lo and Nicki. Your day's not done, but your time on stage is. Make sure you grab your drink, your artwork, your mask, and then we're going to give a round of applause for Sarah Lynn.